All right. So just a moment, guys. I'm going to set some stuff up here. There. Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, let me share the link real quick. Let's see. There we go. All right, we're live. So let's talk about political arrest real quick. So you're seeing all of these fake packages being mailed, all these bombs being mailed around the country right now. Remember, I told you a few weeks ago to expect false flag attacks? Well, I think they're here. So I've been reading Christopher Bolin's The Secret, Solving 9/11. And I got to tell you, this all stinks of Jewish subversion. So I've been upset by the political arrests lately. So starting with Charlottesville and after that, people have been getting arrested simply for criticizing Jews. Now, Rise Against movements located mostly in Southern California, and they have been targeted by Jewish-controlled secret police, otherwise known as agents of the FBI that are loyal to Mossad. So we're seeing a massive crackdown on lawful citizens that are members of sports clubs. And this is just a pretext that this is just a precursor to what's coming. And forgive me if I'm a little slow today. I suffered a pretty bad concussion on Friday night on my way down to San Diego. I was doing something for my business, which is not related to my campaign, and I got rear-ended by a car that was going 20 or 30 over the speed limit. And yeah, I got whiplash and a concussion. And yeah, I'm probably going to have to get my left shoulder repaired. So forgive me if I'm a little bit slow today. I get woozy every time I stand up. So I'm a little bit slow on the uptake and the output since Friday. I get dizzy when I stand up and my memory isn't what it was. So hopefully, they said if my memory is going to get better, it'll get better in like 2 weeks. So eat lots of fish if you get a brain injury. Does anyone here have any? Let's share some links there in the chat there talking about these political arrests that have been happening. And press one if you've read. Press one if you've read Chris Bolin's Solving 9/11. Has anyone read this book? This is a must-read. It talks about the history of the terrorist state of Israel and how Jews, even before they had their terrorist state, were committing acts of terrorism. It's quite informative, and Jews depend on false flags to stay in power. So we're going to see a lot more of this type of stuff. They're going to accuse everyone who criticizes Jews of being a terrorist, just as they call all of the states that don't support Israel rogue nations, et cetera, et cetera. This is all just a pretext. This is a Jewish narrative. You're going to see stupid people getting approached and talked into acts of terrorism potentially in the future. However, mostly you're going to see false flags, like with what you saw with the Mossad calling in all the bomb threats to all of the synagogues. And the FBI traced it back to Israel. The so-called autistic or retarded kid in Israel supposedly pulled off all of the bomb hoaxes in the United States up until a year ago or year and a half ago solo. So these are more Jewish tricks. They're trying to make it look like anyone who's critical of Jews or doesn't play ball with their cultural programs. They're trying to make it look as if they are terrorists. Let's see. Let me take a look at the comments here. So I'm normally able just to talk off the cuff, but I got my head rattled pretty bad on Friday, so I'm not able to just narrate for like 45 minutes like I normally do. So I'm going to look at the questions here and see what's going on. Yeah, so I think yeah, I see Handsome Truth in there with Truth on 9/11 GDL. Yeah, I think that it's important to push 9/11 Truth. There's a history of Jewish false flag attacks and terrorist attacks, and if you study carefully, you'll learn how the Jews even arranged for Pearl Harbor to happen. Jews are the masters of using catastrophes to get what they want, and they also manufacture these catastrophes. So yeah, 9/11 Truth all the way. GDL, I really think you guys should be pushing the 9/11 Truth stuff. So I think that's more productive than infighting with people. And Handsome Truth came up with the term Juther. I love this term. This is like Alex Jones before after he refused to continue talking about Israel's role in 9/11. Go after the Juthers, but don't get into arguments with people. You know you're over the target. You know you're doing well if you're getting attacked by a bunch of people calling you shills and all that. If you're out there and your sole purpose in life is to talk about how Jewish power is being used to commit crimes against humanity, and you're going out there and talking about how 9/11 was a Jewish plot and how they worked with their puppet government of Saudi Arabia to carry out the 9/11 attacks, that's good stuff. And getting into the chats of people who try to obfuscate Israel's role in 9/11, that's good stuff. But try and stay away from the infighting, guys. I've noticed a lot of GDL infighting, and pretty much if you've got someone who finds that it's their primary goal in their activism to attack other people who name the Jew, just ignore them. There's this GDL United guy. I really think that this guy should be ignored. He's calling anyone who names a Jew a shill. I probably shouldn't have even mentioned him. He's going to feed off that. Oh, well, I'm going to take a look at the chat here. Yep, Larry Silverstein. Absolutely. Well, I'm probably going to cut it short tonight just because I'm not feeling the ability to concentrate very well right now. The doctors told me to get plenty of rest, and I forgot to schedule my MRI for my shoulder. I've got to do that. Okay, so Javier, am I voting in the midterms? Yeah, I'll be voting in the midterms, but what I do have to say is I had a lot of people that helped me with memes and propaganda and advertising and such free from 4chan, and I haven't seen that much stuff for Fitzgerald lately. Now, Fitzgerald names a Jew, and he admits that the Holocaust is a Jewish fabricated myth. Why aren't you guys out there doing stuff for Fitzgerald? He could very well win this election coming up in the near future for the midterms here. And I fully endorse Fitzgerald. The guy is about as woke as you can get. He knows all about how the Jews did 9/11. He knows all about how the Holocaust is a lie. He's woke to the Kennedy assassination, how the Jews were behind that. I really would encourage you. I'm not up for election this midterm. In a week or two when you're voting, I'm not on the ballot, but Fitzgerald is. And he names the Jew. He names him very well, and he does it pretty tactically, wisely. So Fitzgerald is running for Congress here in California. Now look him up. Just Fitzgerald Holocaust. You'll find him. Yeah, Fitzgerald is on Gab. I saw some guy with username ending in 77. Go find Fitzgerald on Gab and remember to support him. Anyone who names a Jew is your friend. Now, even if they do things you don't like, the one thing we care about is whether or not they name the Jew. As long as they're not Fed posting, if they name the Jew, they're on the right side of history. Let's see. Yeah, Saudi Prince bin Salman said Israel did 9/11. Well, all the proof points to the fact that Israel did 9/11. And if you read Chris Boland's book, Solving 9/11, you'll see that Israel is indeed the only probable suspect in 9/11, and they've managed to take control of every aspect of stuff regarding the security, even the flight tracking computers. It's incredible how in depth Israel's involvement in 9/11 goes. And this will be an excellent tool. I'm spending a lot of time while I'm healing up and letting my brain rest, spending a lot of time reading about 9/11 stuff. So I'm going to be talking about Israel's role in 9/11 as one of my main topics in the 2020 election, and also the terrorist government of Israel. I read Dr. Duke's Jewish Supremacism and also his book on My Awakening, and those were really the only places I'd been exposed to the crimes of Israel in depth, and really Bolin goes into it very well, the genocidal nature of the Jews there. Just incredible stuff. Yeah, but I'm going to cut this one short. I'm not really able to concentrate too well, so I'm going to go lay down and read some more of Christopher Bolin's the Solving 9/11. So have a good one, guys. Sorry I'm so tired, but remember to speak out against what's happening with these political arrests, with the Rise Against movement, the guys from League of the South, all these different organizations where people are being arrested, the guys that got attacked by Jews and Antifa in Sacramento that are still rotting in prison. These are political prisoners, and I get attacked by Jews and Antifa all the time, and I have it all on video. I press charges, and the charges always get dropped. So don't lash out. Don't give the Jews what they want, which would be an act of some sort of violent reciprocity. The day of the rope for the traitors who betrayed this country and the Jewish supremacists that have destroyed this country, that's coming. And we're going to do that through the system, not outside of the system. So wait for the day of the rope patiently. I know it's tough. The Jews are literally sending out terrorist organizations to attack people who disagree with them. And it's very tough just to take it on the nose and keep on getting hit in the head and know that you really are being deprived of your Bill of Rights and your freedom of speech and your right to assembly. And the Jews are really going full Soviet Union on us. And it's the toughest thing not to give them what they want. What the Jews want is for you to do like an act of terrorism. I mean, if you go out and do something to try and, hold the Jews accountable on a personal level, and it involves violence, you're giving the Jews exactly what they want. I mean, they wouldn't be doing all of these false flags if that wasn't exactly what they wanted. So don't give the Jews what they want. Make the day of the rope happen legally. And we're going to hang these Jew traitor bastards from the tallest tree in America. And we're going to make a public show out of it, bring the kids. But these Jews that are behind the political arrests, if you know a crooked Jewish prosecutor, we'll call them a persecutor. If you know a crooked Jewish judge, like the one that tried to make sure Bolin couldn't get a fair trial, yes, these people deserve to be hanged by the neck until they're dead, and that's coming. We're going to hang the traitors, and they're going to die, and they're going to die publicly, but we're going to do it legally and through the system. And after that, we can start going after the Israelis and get our nuclear weapons and stuff back. But don't give them what they want. Don't do violence outside of the system. Ultimately, the government has a monopoly on violence, and that's why we're trying to take control of it. Anyhow, we're going to hang these Jew bastards, these traitors, by the necks until they're dead. And this includes, I think we could probably get a lot of the people that are running a lot of these different companies. But we're going to do it legally. And first, we have to legalize hanging again. None of this lethal injection stuff. I like nooses. But I'm having trouble concentrating, so I'm gonna go lay down. And by the way, I rebuilt my brick studio here. So have a good one, guys. I've got to go get some rest. I will try to do this regularly, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not going to be exposing my head to anything that could be concussive or any blows for the next 2 weeks. The doctor said don't get hit in the head. So I'm not going to be going out doing any walking around in the near future. So have a good one, guys. Good night. And remember, don't give the Jews what they want. And that is an excuse to vilify everyone that disagrees with them. Have a good one.